to North Korea right now, a front and pressing concern, and doesn't the president know it? Take a listen.
There's a chance that we could end up having a major conflict with North Korea. Absolutely.
A major conflict with North Korea. Best-selling author and columnist Mark Steyn, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't think he's wrong. I was just listening to your previous discussion, Neil, and you know, when you talk about money and markets and taxes, you assume that wealth and power go together. You know, McDonald's is very wealthy, so it's also very powerful, whereas my chain of dead skunk burger restaurants isn't wealthy and so isn't powerful. And that yoke has fallen apart geopolitically. We have the wealthiest societies in human history, countries like Norway and New Zealand, that can't project power to their own borders. And we have basket case states like North Korea, which has an all but undetectable GDP, but it's a nuclear power. And that world is not going to endure in equilibrium for very long. Sooner or later, if North Korea's nuclear, if Sudan goes nuclear, if Yemen goes nuclear, and all the rich countries spend nothing defending themselves, the world will collapse. And that's what's at the heart of the North Korean question.
You know, I was talking to an analyst on this subject on Fox Business, which if you don't get, Mark, you really should demand. But one of the
I love it. I love it, Neil. Wouldn't miss it.
I did. But one of the things that came up, and quite seriously, it was a legitimate concern. Presidents of all stripes have dealt with, you know, these North Korean dictators, whether it's this guy now, his dad, or the grandfather before that, and they all try to broker some sort of a deal or agreement where they look the other way, or they hope that some sanctions will, you know, tighten the noose around the leader's neck, and he'll see the wisdom and change. It never does. So here's President Trump coming along to say, all right, something's got to change. This is getting really crazy. You are getting dangerous. You're launching missiles with a frequency you've never seen before, and eventually you're going to get lucky. Now, we heard a tone, certainly out of the Secretary of State today, that is going to change. But we then have to change, right? We have to do something that is going to up the global ante and push us closer, right?
Yes, because I think if he has nuclear weapons, sooner or later he will use them. We all laugh because he's not very good. You know, he has one of his tests and the thing barely clears the perimeter fence, and we all laugh at him.
Right.
No, that's why he's dangerous. When you've got a nuclear power, you want the guy to be good at nuclear weapons, as broadly speaking, France and Russia and China and the United Kingdom and the United States are. When you have someone who isn't actually any good at it, then it's like watching an inebriated 93-year-old granny driving a 26-wheeler down the New Jersey Turnpike.
And you're also making the assumption that that granny is going to be accountable or answerable to the policeman who might be chasing her. In this case, what if China can't control this guy, and we are playing the China card, hoping, praying they will?
Yeah, and I think that's actually the only form of leverage. I think Kim Jong-un is rational to the extent that he wants to stay alive. But he is not rational to the extent that if it were to suit him one particular evening, he would be perfectly happy to reduce Seoul or a Japanese city or any other city to a smoking ruin if it happened to suit what was in his head at that time. That world cannot continue, and so the Chinese have to be pressured to pressure North Korea into withdrawal. When you've only got 30 nuclear weapons, that's not like having hundreds and thousands. The fewer you have, the more likely you are to lose them, because it's use them or lose them. That's basically how it works at that level.
Amazing. All right, Mark Steyn, thank you very, very much. A best-selling author, columnist extraordinaire from his compound in New Hampshire, it looks like there. But, Mark, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you very much.